Hey guys! Today we're going to talk a little bit about what I like to call movement. I don't like to call it exercise, I don't like to call it working out because it kind of gives too much pressure. Like you have to be at the gym. Like it insinuates that you have to have a home gym, like something crazy built out in your garage. And it's not. It's not that complicated. It's actually way more simple than that. So that's why I like to call it movement. We are no longer hunters and gatherers. To be quite honest, most of us live completely sedentary lives. Like over in other countries, especially like Europe, they walk to work, they ride their bike to work, they walk to the train station. There's some physical activity that is involved in getting them to work. Our physical activity includes walking to the car. And then when we get to the building, we park as close as we possibly can so we can walk the fewest number of steps to get into the building. And if we happen to work on other than the first floor, we are taking the elevator. So we are rather sedentary. We sit most of the day behind a computer screen, messing up our eyes. So it's, even at the gym, we're trying to get the closest spot that we can. Currently, it's recommended that you're supposed to be getting 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity exercise. I'm just going to pause on that and you think about whether you get 150 minutes per week. No. Okay, so the answer is no. That's 5 times a week at 30 minutes. And for most of us, the answer to that is not just no, but absolutely not. This can be spread out over 3 to 5 days. So this isn't working out one day for like 3 hours and then nothing else for the rest of the week. It can be even 10-minute increments. If you only have like 10 minutes during your break time or during lunch, you can do 5 minutes of walking during that time. Like I said, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to involve a gym membership, none of that. But the benefits of moving your body are numerous. It actually helps to reduce pain and improve your quality of life, like for people who have arthritis. It improves your metabolism. It helps decrease the incidence of some types of cancers. It also helps to control high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, all things that our country is like completely plagued with. It improves obesity and insulin resistance while decreasing osteoporosis and fractures, which increase the chances of them increase as we get older. So we really need to make sure that we are getting movement. There's also an improvement in your mental health, including depression, anxiety, and stress. It improves your cognitive function, your memory. It includes your concentration, your learning ability, different moves that you do that focus on your balance. Like it actually causes your brain to engage. It's not just like completely zoning out. Your mind has to actually work while you're doing movement sometimes. Now, good news is that the intensity of your workout is not equivalent to how much you sweat. By the way, I sweat so much that this is not a question. I'm working out. But moderate intensity activity means you should still be able to talk, but you shouldn't be able to sing. So as you're doing your workout, you can say some words. You can have when you're doing this movement, you can be having a conversation or like a few words in a sentence. But you don't have enough air in your lungs that you can be like singing a whole song. So for the moderate intensity exercise. So that's walking. You could be doing water aerobics, leisurely swimming, biking, tennis, maybe cutting the grass. if you go on a non-intense hike, dancing perhaps. Now, vigorous activity is when you can say no more than a few words at a time. Like you're struggling to even get those words out. And that would be like playing basketball, jumping rope. Y'all, jumping rope is difficult. Like 1 minute of jumping rope it's so hard. Anyways, that could be high intensity interval training, also known as HIIT, or doing like a boot camp style workout, or kickboxing, actually running as opposed to walking. Then you also need to be doing strength exercises or strength building. So incorporating dumbbells, weightlifting, could be kettlebells, could be bands. It could even be your body weight exercises. But you want to have at least 1 day of rest between working on a muscle group. So if you're doing biceps, you don't want to do them on Monday and again on Tuesday. You need to have at least a 1 day break in between. So maybe one day you decide to do upper body, and then the next day you do lower body. Then the day after that you go back to upper body, or maybe you switch over to cardio, or like you go on a swim that third day and then repeat the cycle. But you don't want to do the same muscles over and over and over again without giving them time to rest. This includes your abs. You shouldn't be doing abs every single day. You need to have that day in between as well. Regarding how much weight do you lift, that's going to be based on you. If you lift heavier, that's going to be more for strength. If you lift lighter, that's going to be more endurance. So we're trying to do like 8 to 10 reps. If you get to that 8th one out of 10 and it's not difficult, that means you could do more weight. So yes, you may start out with 5s, but really you can go up to 10 or 15. You're really undervaluing how much weight you can actually lift, underestimating how much weight you can actually lift. And so it's really important. If you go above the 10, now we're getting to endurance. So you're not going to be building muscle as much. It would be more toning. But as we age, it is really important for us to do the muscle building and work on our balance, because falls can be catastrophic as we age. We all know the stories of people breaking a hip or hitting their head, and shortly thereafter they die. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the truth of the matter. And so we're trying not to do that. So we can work on our balance by stretching. We can do one leg exercises, or we can have unbalanced exercises where you can have weight in your right hand but nothing in the left, to force your core to work and engage, so you can really work on your balance. 7 of the 10 most chronic diseases in adults are favorably influenced by regular routine physical activity. And again, it doesn't have to be you getting a membership. It's going for a walk after dinner. It's getting up and taking a walk in the morning. We need to be getting in steps. We're aiming for 10,000 steps. We're not always going to get there. I mean, I'm not there yet today, but I'm going to make sure that I go out and do a little bit of steps once the sun goes down, because it's hot. It is really hot. So, in the evening, go get some more steps. If you like to ride your bike, if you like to swim, if you're crazy and you like to run, have at it. Lord bless you. But movement is so important, and it's something that we just as a society do not do. We do the least amount of movement possible. And so we have to add it back into our day. And that may look like getting up earlier. It may look like getting it in during your lunch break. It may involve while you're watching an episode of The Chosen or whatever, that you're on a treadmill or that you're doing some exercises, some lunges during the commercial breaks, while you're reading your Bible, watching a sermon, whatever it is. But it's really important that we get up and we get moving. Really, our life and our quality of life and our health are dependent on it. We have to take care of this vessel. And one of the ways, other than just like eating right, is moving our body. Now, we have to be careful, and we can't just be going crazy out here and not being protected, wear helmet or all the things that, we need to do for safety reasons. But we really do need to get moving. Since we don't roam anymore, we do more move about the cabin, as in flying on a plane, than actually moving our bodies. We need to make sure that we are doing this because, again, our quality of life, not just now, but in the future, depends on us being active today.